Hello friends, welcome. Thank you for watching. It's Lee with Lee's Trees, and we're going to do a quick indoor tour of our indoor grow setup, and we'll pull back here and give you the somewhat of a full view. And then we'll come in closer. I've got my ficus tree here. I've got some grow lights, of course, set up. Normally, I would not have the blinds down and closed. I'd have the window open, but since I'm filming this, I wanted to stop the light from coming in so you could actually see what I'm filming. I've got my really large, big Portulacaria afra, the big jade in the back there. In the front, I've got the little, this is the Frankie cork bark jade here. I've got my forest, mixed jade forest planting in the center part there. I just gave everything a water. Up here we have a pitcher plant. That's not really bonsai, and I've got a little towel there. When I spritz, give everything a misting, I can wipe down the walls. And down here we have this tops, the one we're calling tops. We have our tripod. In the back, you can see that was that little lily put we tried planting a few months ago. It doesn't look like it survived, but we'll give it another week and see what happens. And we've got our, in the front is the leap year jade that we started on leap year. And in the back there are the wayward sisters. And you can see the leap year jade, it hasn't had a good winter. It's one of the... It dropped a lot of leaves for some reason this winter when none of the other jades did for some reason. And then down here we just have a lot more cuttings. We've got those couple we put in training pots. As you can see, we just have rooted cuttings on all the rest of the shelves. And that's our indoor setup for the winter. And we'll be taking you outside here in a few moments. Alright, we've come out to the rock here, and you can see I've got a couple of junipers that have rooted in. I was wanting to pause that while the traffic went by. And we have that one little pine over here that's self-seeded. I'm not sure what kind, but it looks like what kind of a pine it is, but it's self-seeding and it's still growing in there. And of course we have our Hinoki cypress, the Nanogracilis, and we will be doing an air layer on this probably next week. I think I'm going to get another cold snap here shortly, and then after that I'll do an air layer on this branch here. And that's the big rock planting. And here's a view of what it looks like standing on the ground. You can see the tree is almost over my head, or actually it is over my head. The Nanogracilis up there on the big rock and all the moss on the rock. Unfortunately, none of this moss will grow anywhere but on the rock. I've tried taking it off and putting it in soil to get it to grow, and no luck. So I've moved all my trees out of the greenhouse out to the bench. This is the blue Atlas cedar. I was trying to air layer. Unfortunately, it broke off from the main plant, and so then I tried to stick it into some soil to get it to root. I have been misting it religiously every single day to try to keep it moist, foliar feed, and it still has some needles on it. So we're going to continue to do that and hope it roots. Take a moment and watch some turkeys walk through the yard here. And here we are at the bench. I'm going to start filming up here. Unfortunately, there seems to be traffic going by a lot, so we'll do what we can to mitigate the noise. I have my little juniper in the Elizabeth Crutendon pot here. Behind that is the Cotoneaster that we just put in a pot a little bit ago. We have the blue Atlas cedar, the mother plant, that we're going to do something with shortly, and you'll see a video on that. And hopefully, you know, my shadow's not in the way too much. And here, let me stick with the top bench here. So I have my Cascade juniper right there. Next to it, we have the improbable tree. And then we have our Japanese black pine, our small literati. Behind that is the Chinese elm, the lace bark heirloom Chinese elm, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. We have our second tree there. We have our Hinoki cypress, the Seka. Then this is the Thawil Hinoki. And next to that I have my, and actually you're looking at the back side of a couple of these because I have them turned around. We have our little cave pot piece there, the little juniper, and a rooted juniper in the back. This other little tiny piece of cotoneaster, the rooting. Our ponderosa pine. We'll step back. In the front we have the bald cypress, and the buds on it are swelling. We're getting ready to repot it. Oh, and this little plastic tray here on top, I'm trying to grow some moss in. And then here, of course, we have our logo tree, and I put that on a turntable so it'd be easy to move as I water it and take care of it. I just have it facing towards the sun now. Here is our ginkgo from Ginkgo Fest from Dave Harding, and hopefully it's going to start producing leaves here shortly. Got our Japanese white pine. In the back of the Japanese white pine is a little kusamono. And then we have the lime zinger sedum in the back here. In the front, I've got the Zelkova, and I recently gave that a trim, and I did make a video, and we'll release that in a few weeks. Then we have the Korean hornbeam, and I think in a couple days we'll be ready to start working on it, because if I can zoom in, you can see things are starting to turn green. So we're going to be able to start our air layer on the Korean hornbeam here in a couple days. Then next to that we have some other blue atlas cedar cuttings that we're trying to root. These are looking a lot better than its other one, and again I've been misting those every single day. These are some other Shimpaku juniper cuttings that I took after, when we just recently pruned the logo tree. Those came off of that. I just didn't film putting them in rooting soil. Here I have a green cushion Hinoki cypress in the urban decay planting. This is I call this my urban decay planting with the green cushion Hinoki cypress, and again we'll be probably changing that out for something else pretty soon as well. And back to the atlas, blue atlas cedar, the parent plant. Down here I have my literati dawn redwood, and it'll get repotted real soon, as well as the wisteria. It's got a pot coming for it as well. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll like and subscribe.